Monster Jam is an experience like no other. A phenomenon that is trending across the world. Born from raw power. Driven by fearless competitors. Strength is measured in horsepower. And emotions that are pushed to their edge. But the true force, the spark that ignites it all, is you, the fans.
You are the roar that pushes us to drive harder.
And go higher.
We need your energy.
So get up. Get loud.
Every clap.
Every cheer.
This is your house.
This is your moment.
We can feel it.
We can hear you.
Columbia, are you ready?
I said, are you ready?
Columbia.
Are you ready for Monster Jam?
Columbia, this is Monster Jam.
Columbia, South Carolina, welcome to Monster Jam! And we're kicking it off with our very first competition full of so much adrenaline, JCB Racing, where our 6 superstars are in a race against the clock. The driver with the fastest time will get the first crucial points towards the BKT Overall Event Championship here this afternoon. So, South Carolina, who's ready for JCB Racing?
Kicking off the competition, the first competitor on the track, Cody Saucier, Dragon. Cody Saucier coming in with a racing win during the last event. He has 6 total wins in this particular format of racing, currently leading the series. Cody Saucier ends with an official time of a 10.700. Quite a fast pass. Gets around the first obstacle beautifully. And then takes that second turn, gets caught in the rut a little bit, hit part of the backflip ramp, kind of held him back. Definitely would have had a faster time. An unfortunate series of events there at the end, but we're going to see if he can still hang on. If he did enough in the first half of the lap to take the racing win. Once again, that official time for Cody Saucier and Dragon is a 10.700. Up next, get loud for the crazy bull. It's MJ Solorio, el Toro Loco. MJ coming into this competition as the one competition that he says he wants to improve on the most. Let's see if he can make that happen. Take down Dragon here today in Colombia. Somehow keeping it on all four tires. His official time is a 10.809. It looks like battling the track is gonna be a theme of today's event. Clipping the pod in the first half of the turn, clips the backflip ramp, able to save it. Gets a little wonky even on the last launch off of the pod, but manages to save the truck from any more damage. Taking out the cone for good measure there at the end. One more time, his official time is a 10.890. Up next from Howell, Michigan, make some noise for John Zimmer Jr., Senior Megalodon. I'm only allowed one of those, so that'll be the final time I disrespect Zimmer Sr. like that. Megalodon coming in with 68 racing wins. Let's see if he can pull it off. Get one more here today. All the way around, clean racing pass, a 10.603. Man, these drivers really have it out for those Monster Jam cones this evening. Once again, that was probably the cleanest pass we've seen today, and even then you see him get on the two side tires because of whatever rut is going on in that side, on that side of the track during today's event. Megalodon able to stick with the top spot with a 10.603. Dragon about as close as you can get with a 10.700. El Toro Loco rounding out the top three with a 10.890. One more time. The time to beat is Megalodon's 10.603. From the racetrack to the Monster Jam dirt track, it's Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. So one of those competitions that she's been talking about this weekend, takes pride in the fact that she has a racing background, taking her talents to the dirt here at Monster Jam. Making it happen. A 10.105. The fastest time so far for Sparkle Smash. She said this was a competition she absolutely wanted to improve on. She's been analyzing, she's been thinking about how to take these really tight turns. That's probably the best second turn that she's had all weekend long. Getting as close as you can without getting a 10-point flat. Look at that. That Monster Jam turn cone is fighting for its life down there. taking the top spot, beating out Megalodon and Dragon. One more time, Sparkle Smash with a time of a 10.105. From Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, it's Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Kristen Anderson already has a racing win this weekend. Can she pull it off again in our final event here in Columbia? Official time of a 17.5. Had a good run going at the beginning. Unfortunately, man, that corner of doom, that second turn, battling the track. You can see the rut forming there right now, sending it into the two-wheeled bicycle unintentionally. Credit to Kristen Anderson for being able to pull off the save and still complete the racing pass, making sure she gets some points. And I guess I'm just going to keep saying it. Those turn cones. I don't know what they did this morning, but these drivers are having absolutely no mercy. One more time. The time for Gravedigger was a 17.500. Up next, get loud and help me welcome for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Terminal Velocity has placed as high as second place this weekend in the racing competition. Can he get over the hump? Can he get the top spot and claim those first 6 points of the event? Super clean racing pass from John Zimmer Jr., able to make it around that first turn cone, make it around the turn of doom, clip the backflip on that one, and for good measure, taking out the Monster Jam turn cone. With an official time of a 10.105, your winner, Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. Logan Ashline taking a racing win. This is one of the things, if you talk to her this weekend, she was really analyzing, really trying to figure out how she could make the cleanest race pass possible, and it absolutely pays off in our final event here this weekend.
Logan Ashline, like the theme song said, 3, 2, 1, you hit the gas. That was absolutely incredible. A JCB Racing win. You've really wanted this. You finally got it. What's going through your mind?
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is my second racing win of the season, and it feels so good because now it's timed racing. This is completely different than what we do with head-to-head, and so this is so special and so wonderful to feel, and I'm just so excited right now I can hardly contain it.
Now you have the momentum you need to hopefully snag an overall event championship win here this afternoon. And now we're coming up to our next competition where it tends to get tricky, the two-wheel skills challenge. What magical tricks does this unicorn have up its sleeve?
You know, I gotta be honest, you guys keep saying all this stuff about overall, and I'm a little superstitious, so it's making me a little anxious. But we're gonna come out here and we're gonna give it our all, because honestly, Sparkle Smash has had a little bit of a tough weekend, and we're ready to have some fun with all of you guys. So we need you guys to get super loud, because the more energy you guys bring, the more energy we will bring. So thank you guys for being here, and let's get to it.
That's right. Let's make some noise one more time. Your JCB Racing winner, Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash!
That was Kristen Anderson with attempt number 1. Great vertical position off of the popper into a stoppie. She's got one more attempt remaining.
She's digging graves and taking names. It's Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. And now, South Carolina, it is your time to shine. We're going to need your help to see what the score was for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Take out those smartphones, scan that QR code, head on over to judgeszone.com. Enter the code COL, and once you see that big old BKT tire, slide it up or down to the number of your choosing, and we're going to accumulate your scores into one number that'll be awarded to Kristen for that competition.
All right, the scores are in. Take a look at the video screen. The score for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger is a 7.802. That is the score to beat. One more time here in the two-wheel skills challenge. Each of our drivers will get 2 attempts to do the coolest moves that they can. You've already seen a couple of these. You've seen a stoppie, you've seen poppers, you've seen a moonwalk all the way back. But is that enough? Let's find out as we keep the competition moving with our next competitor, MJ Solorio and Toro Loco. MJ Solorio coming into this competition with 38 two-wheel wins in his career. This season alone, he's had 12 of them. Able to salvage a bit of a combo there. Not sure if something is going on with the transmission on that one. Looked like what he was trying to attempt there was a kicker. If you notice, he lined up on the side of the backflip ramp on the pod. The goal is to kick up that back tire and hopefully get it into a stoppie and then continue the combination from there. Still was able to get a little bit of a combo back and forth to save the attempt. Gonna have to have a strong attempt number 2 to get a high score.
A ver esos cuernos en el aire, horn in the air for MJ Solario, el Toro Loco. Remember, South Carolina, you only have 20 seconds, so scan that QR code and get your scores locked in now for El Toro Loco.
We heard about it earlier, okay, actually, we're going to talk about the kicker. You see, this is what I was talking about earlier. The goal is to get one of the corner tires to hit the backflip ramp, give it enough pop to get it on the front 2 BKT tires. Still able to somehow salvage that into a combination run. But was it enough? Let's find out. The score for MJ Solario in El Toro Loco is a 6.188. 6.188. Gravedigger holding on to the top spot with a 7.8, but we'll see if this next competitor can take her down. Make some noise, it's Cody Saucier, Dragon. Cody Saucier, reverse popper into the wheelie. Takes it across the pod and has a little bit of flair on that last stoppie. We heard about it earlier during trackside. The little side quest competition going on right now, seeing who can get the best cross pod wheelie.
Mythical creature taking flight. Let's make some noise for Cody Saucier, Dragon! Scoring is now open, South Carolina. Head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores in now.
A trick so nice, he had to do it twice. Wheelie all the way across the pod. Did he do enough? That's up to you guys. Get to judgeszone.com. Less than 20 seconds right now. The score to beat, remember, is from Gravedigger with a 7.802. The score for Dragon is... it's an 8.184. He is your new leader. And speaking of Logan Ashline, here we go. The driver of Sparkle Smash. She already has one win in this event. She's lining up on the lock sack. Let's see what she can pull off for attempt number 1. Pop her into the stoppie, vertical position there, able to get it on the front tires. One more attempt remaining for the sparkly unicorn of Monster Jam. Kind of curious if she's going to participate in the side quest competition amongst the drivers with a wheelie across the pod, or is she going to double down on
BKT Tires, Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash! Now, South Carolina, if you want to sprinkle a little luck for Sparkle Smash, head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores for her now.
Great job from Sparkle Smash there. First attempt, popper into the stoppie, able to keep it up for a little bit, sets it back down on all four BKT tires. And then she wanted some frequent flyer miles, send in the unicorn, absolutely airborne here in the arena. Was it enough? Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash, has ended the two-wheel skills challenge with the score of a 7.864. Good enough for second place. Looks like Cody Saucier in a Dragon with the smooth wheelie all the way across the pod, hanging on with a score of an 8.184. Sparkle Smash, second place, 7.864. Gravedigger and El Toro Loco round out the rest of our competitors, but we still have two more trucks to go. Still anybody's game. One of the strongest two-wheel competitors here at Monster Jam from Howell, Michigan, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. coming into this competition with 225 two-wheel wins. Or no, 225 total wins, with 94 of those being in the two-wheel skills challenge. A little bit of a personal call out to Dragon there from John Zimmer Jr. Wonder if that's part of the side quest competition of the best wheelie all the way across the pod. I don't know if that's how he was planning on getting into the wheelie, but he sure made it work. How do you like that, Columbia?
A little flair into the chaos. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Scoring is now open at judgeszone.com. You have 20 seconds to get those scores locked in, Columbia.
The way that he can adjust mid-attempt in the two-wheel skills challenge is honestly one of the things that makes him one of the strongest competitors. Looks like he was using the lip of the ramp to try to adjust to get to about a 90-degree angle. Kind of lost it there, but hit the gas with enough power and timing to get that wheelie. Climbs on up. He knows he's feeling good. Remember, the score to beat right now is a Dragon with an 8.184. The score for Terminal Velocity is It's a 9.175. You have a new leader. Terminal velocity taking the top spot, crossing that 9-point threshold. Dragon is with a strong attempt, still with that 8.184 in second place. Sparkle Smash in third, Gravedigger fourth, and El Toro Loco rounding out the competition in fifth place. We've got one more competitor in this competition. Let me hear you for John Zimmer in Megalodon. John Zimmer in Megalodon coming through with 4 two-wheel wins. One of these coming earlier on this year. I don't know if they're counting moonwalks in their side quest competition, but that was sure cool, and that's a very strong attempt, number 1.
The top shark showing you what he's got. Make some noise. John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. All right, Columbia, South Carolina. This is the last Monster Jam truck in this event. Head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores in now for Megalodon.
Variety of obstacles on that attempt there. Able to take it all the way across the pod. A clean popper across the horizontal side of the pod. Then he changes it over into the diagonal angle for the second attempt. But was it enough? Currently, the score to beat is terminal velocity with a 9.175. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is... It's close, but can't get it done. It's an 8.809. That means that the winner of the two-wheel skills challenge is John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. Terminal velocity now increasing that total to 95 two-wheel skills wins for his career.
John Zimmer Jr., it seemed like it almost got a little bit hairy in this corner in that two-wheel skills run, but you managed to catch the win, especially beating your dad. It's definitely hard to try and beat you after your run.
Yeah, it was a wild run for sure. Wasn't my cleanest run that I've had all year long, but I know the fans loved it. I could see you guys jumping up and down screaming. I've got a bone to pick with my truck. I got some weird parts in the front end that's letting it do some wacky stuff. But hey, wacky means wild, so that's what we're going to do here. We got more coming. I can't wait to keep going.
Yes, and especially that call out to Dragon was absolutely amazing. We all love the drama. And speaking of our next competition, it's coming up. It's everyone's favorite Monster Jam freestyle. The Combo King known for having so many tricks up his sleeve. Is there anything new that you might pull out for us?
Well, for freestyle, man, you got to throw the technicality out the window. That's why it's called freestyle. We're going to come out here and get absolutely wild for the final competition with our trucks, and you fans are going to love every second of it. I can promise you that. So, Columbia, we're just getting started. We're halfway through. Are you guys having some fun?
That's right. Make some noise one more time. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. To make some noise for freestyle motocross. These 4 superstars have traversed the world with their incredible talents. And right here, for all of you fans, they're going to give you 3 incredible warm-up laps, getting ready for that best trick competition. Now remember, we only have one rule here at Monster Jam, so if you're new, listen up. The louder you get, the higher they fly. So let's get ready to make some noise and meet them one by one. It's the superstars of freestyle motocross. Columbia, South Carolina, coming up first to the ramp. Let's make some noise for Zach Kwiatkowski. Our next superstar rider to the ramp. Let's give it up for Brandon Reardon. Our third incredible superstar, make some noise, Kenny Haskell. And last but certainly not least, let's hear it for Cowboy Kenny. So what do you say, South Carolina? Let's keep the noise going for freestyle motocross. We got an Indy there from Brandon Reardon. Bit of a switchblade Indy from Kenny Haskell. Cowboy Kenny with a cliffhanger. Still got 2 more laps to go. Make some noise! One of the most quietest whips I've ever heard from Zach Kwiatkowski. Rounding out this last round is a lazy boy from Cowboy Kenny. 1 more lap to go. Let's give it up for him. Come on. Cowboy Kenny rounding it off with a whip. It seems like the fellas are all warmed up. All warmed up, guys, ready to go? That's right. So South Carolina, do you want some more? Then more is what you're gonna get, because it's time for the best trick competition of freestyle motocross. These 4 superstars are gonna take to the skies and fly from one side of the arena to the other, giving you their best stylish trick. And we're gonna need your help to determine who's gonna win the best trick competition by using those smartphones and heading over to judgeszone.com, locking in those scores for each one of our superstars. So South Carolina, who's ready for the best trick competition?
Make some noise for our first competitor, Zach Kwiatkowski. Zach's the only competitor in the competition with an electric bike. We'll see how that strategy pays off during the competition. So Pennsylvania native started off as a racer and now owns his own motocross training facility.
Put your hands together for Zach Kwiatkowski with this silent whip. Make sure to head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores in now. You have 20 seconds.
You've seen it on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Great technique on the whip there. What do you think about it? Let us know at judgeszone.com. Looks like scores are in. The score for Zach Kwiatkowski is 6.852, a 6.852. That is your score to beat. Up next, help me welcome Brendan Reardon. Brendan Reardon is a Massachusetts native, riding dirt bikes since he was 4 years old. He was a racer for 10 years, then jumped over to freestyle motocross, where he's competing now on his Honda 450.
Get those scores locked in for Brendan Reardon with a rock solid. Head on over to judgeszone.com. You have a couple seconds left to get your scores locked in.
That's honestly one of my favorite tricks in freestyle motocross because it requires a full committed release of the dirt bike mid-air, crazy stuff, absolute daredevil material, Brendan Reardon. But was it enough to take down his competitor? The score to beat is a 6.852. The score for Brendan Reardon is... taking the top spot, it's an 8.788. You have a new leader. Continuing on the competition, make some noise for Kenny Haskell. Kenny Haskell has been competing in Monster Jam since 2013. He's been riding dirt bikes since he was 5 years old, and as a child, his dad even literally built a track to have him ride. He started racing at the age of 16 when he could finally drive himself up to the track. It's been a long way since then. Competed all over the world, and now is competing on his Yamaha YZ250.
Let's make some noise for Kenny Haskell with a backflip to turn it up a notch in the competition. Head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores for him now.
First backflip of the competition for Kenny Haskell. Will that be enough to take down the upright trick of Brendan Reardon, whose score was an 8.788? The score for Kenny Haskell is... there you have it, a 9.437. You have a new leader. Last but not least, Cowboy Kenny. Cowboy Kenny is from Stillwater, Oklahoma, a 10-time X Games, or Gravity Games and X Games medalist. Bringing his tricks on his KTM 450, even has medals in rally car.
Put your hands together for Cowboy Kenny with a one-handed backflip. Head on over to judgeszone.com. Let him know what you thought of his backflip compared to Kenny Haskell's.
It's a tough choice. Analyze that Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Whose backflip did you like better? Let's find out. The score to beat is a 9.437 from Kenny Haskell. But the score for Cowboy Kenny is... it's a 9.459. You have a new leader and a winner of the Best Trick competition.
Congratulations, Cowboy Kenny. Good job, fellas. That was a really great competition. South Carolina, we're not done yet. Do you want some more? Well, then you're in luck, because it's time for the grand finale of Freestyle Motocross. These four superstars are going to take to the skies and fly from one side of the arena to the other in a single file train formation. And remember, we only have one rule here at Monster Jam. The louder you get, the higher they fly. So buckle up, Monster Jam fans, because they're about to take flight. The train is pulling into the tunnel. It's making its way around. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. The train's leaving the station. Here we go. A very nice whip train. But now, South Carolina, I want you guys to be so loud. I want you to be louder than last night's crowd. I want you to blow the roof off of this arena. I want all of South Carolina to hear you. Get ready. They're rounding the corner. Blow the roof off. Let all of South Carolina hear you. Now, I want you guys to be louder than the crowd last night. I want to hear it. One more time. One more time. Let them hear you. You guys were the absolute loudest, the best crowd all weekend long. Thank you so much. They absolutely heard you. They're rounding around the corner. You asked nicely, you shall receive. Here we go, one more time. For the final time this weekend, let's give it up for Freestyle Motocross. Zach Kotowski, Kenny Haskell, Brandon Reardon, and of course, the winner of the best trick competition, Cowboy Kenny. Cowboy Kenny. What a way to round out this weekend. I know it's been a bit of a competition between you and Kenny Haskell. Now you got him beat twice.
That's right, man. Haskell's been beating me all season, so it's nice to get two back-to-back wins here. Super pumped for all you guys that came out and watched. Thank you guys for cheering us on, and thanks for voting for us. And yeah, man, I'm just pumped.
Yeah, it was really good to see. So since you are a bit of a veteran in the sport, do you have any words of wisdom for anyone out here in the audience that wants to do what you do?
Man, I always tell kids, like, you know, kids come through autographs and they ride or whatever. I got two rules for anybody that rides a dirt bike. Number one is, a lot like your parents, always wear a helmet. Number two, you better be wearing a smile. If there's not a smile under that dirt bike helmet, you are doing it wrong. I am 47 years old, blessed, and thank you for still being out here to do it. But, man, I have a smile every time I put my helmet on, and that's what keeps me going. You guys and the smile under my helmet.
That is correct. Let's make some noise one more time. The winner of the best trick competition, Cowboy Kenny.
Monster Jam fans, we talked about it during trackside. This is the point in the season where we are in the middle of crowning series champions. And we just got word that we are about to crown another season champion. Weston Anderson, driver of Gravedigger, has officially clinched an automatic bid to Monster Jam World Finals. Him alongside Noah Bakken have claimed the Freestyle Mania Championship. Weston Anderson becomes a 5-time series championship straight from 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and now 2026. He'll be joining the rest of his competition at the Monster Jam World Finals later on this year in Salt Lake City, Utah during the July 4th weekend. Once again, congratulations to Weston Anderson and Team Gravedigger. Now switching over to our event, we've got Terminal Velocity currently in the lead with 11 points. And then in tied for second place, we've got Megalodon and Sparkle Smash with a score of 9 points. Fourth place, we've got Dragon and then El Toro Loco and Gravedigger rounding out the competition. For our final competition of the event, we've got Monster Jam Freestyle. In this competition, our competitors must complete 15 seconds. 15 seconds to be eligible for a score. We're looking for the use of all of the obstacles, some creativity. We want to see some wow moments, which could come in the form of technical moves, combinations. You see the QR code, get that phone out, scan that QR code, and get ready because you will help crown our winner and ultimately our BKT overall event champion.
We have reached the pinnacle of the afternoon. This is Monster Jam Freestyle.
The clock is paused at 31 seconds. Our Monster Jam safety officials are evaluating, and that will do it. Unfortunately, that will end the freestyle run for John Zimmer. Either way, let's make some noise, show him some support. John Zimmer in Megalodon. He did do enough to to be eligible for a score, so that means that you can scan that QR code right now. Lock in your scores at judgeszone.com. Did not fill the clock, but did enough to earn your scores, did enough to earn the score of the expert judge. Looks like the scores are in. The score for Megalodon is a 5.752. 5.752. Tough break for John Zimmer in Megalodon. Never want to see a competitor go out like that, but unfortunately could not continue the rest of his run due to the damage on the Monster Jam truck. We're still in the final competition of not only the weekend, but of the entire, actually, you can, if you take a look right now, you can see the breakage there. That sway bar arm is hanging off of the Monster Jam truck. Fortunately, that wasn't something that we were gonna let him be able to freestyle with that kind of breakage, so that ends the day for John Zimmer in Megalodon. But let's see if we can make up for it here with his teammate, his son, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Terminal Velocity. Now remember, South Carolina, you have 20 seconds. Get those scores locked in now at judgeszone.com.
John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, doing some track destruction on that run, and also getting a little bit of bonus time. The real ones know what that means. Getting a little bit of bonus time during his freestyle. Great velocity, absolutely pun intended. Gigantic air, but was it enough to take down his dad? Score to beat right now is a 5.752. The score for John Zimmer Jr. is... It's an 8.979. You have a new leader. Get it back to the action. Make some noise for Cody Saucier in Dragon. Cody Saucier in Dragon comes into this competition with 73 freestyle wins. A total of 332 competition wins. Not only that, but he's claimed 54 overalls in his career. One of the best racers on our series. One of the best drivers in all of Monster Jam. Here we go! And the save.
Bringing the heat to the competition, Cody Saucier, Dragon. Now remember, you have 20 seconds. Get those scores locked in now at judgeszone.com.
Cody Saucier in a Dragon. Doing the backflip for the people. Take a look at that video screen to watch the aftermath. Able to save it, landed even on its side. It's one of the most difficult, crazy moves, unpredictable at times, and he's able to pull it back. The score to beat right now is Terminal Velocity, an 8.979. The score for Dragon is... It's a 9.403. You have a new leader. Cody Saucier in Dragon taking the top spot in the freestyle competition, taking out both Zimmers on that one. Terminal Velocity in second place, and Megalodon rounding out the top three. We're ready to get back to the action. Celebrating 25 years of the Crazy Bull, it's MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco.
With a brand new ticker in that bull. Head on over to judgeszone.com and let them know what you thought of his freestyle run.
MJ Solorio driving around this track like a bull that cannot be tamed. Some big air, some high speed, some loud driving from MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco. Was it enough? We're gonna find out. The score to beat right now is a 9.403. The score for MJ Solorio is an 8.207, landing him in third place. Monster Jam fans, still some action left to go on the track, but it's time to crown our St. Jude Ambassador of the event. Columbia, drum roll, please. And your St. Jude Ambassador of the event is once again Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. 40% of the donations toward the St. Jude Ambassador of the event. That is number 16. 1616 for Logan Ashline. Shout out to all the Sparkle Smash fans out there. And also a big shout out to every single one of the fans that has donated. You look right there, every single one of our competitors is on the board, and that's ultimately because of you guys and because of you guys coming behind us and supporting this incredible cause, which is the fight against childhood cancer and the partnership between Monster Jam and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. If you're still compelled to donate to this incredible cause, the QR code will stay active. We've crowned our champion, our ambassador of the event, but there's still opportunity to truly make a difference with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It's time to get back to the action with our next competitor. From Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, make some noise, Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger.
Scoring is now open, Columbia. Head on over to judgeszone.com and help the queen of the black and green wrecking machine.
Gravedigger absolutely burning it down. One of the markers of a great Monster Jam driver is being able to get that truck completely unsettled, having the wherewithal, the control, the technique to pull it back down onto the BKT tires. But what did you guys think? Judgeszone.com. Scores are in. Take a look at the video board. Your score for Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger is an 8.984, landing her in second place. Cody Saucier in a Dragon and keeping up with the top spot right now with a 9.03. But we've got one driver remaining. Driving one of the most recognizable trucks in all of Monster Jam. She started off as a backup driver, now making her debut full-time season from Mooresville, North Carolina. Stand up! It's Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash!
Let's make some noise for Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash! Scoring is now open for the final time. Head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores in now.
That's right, Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash, wrapping up the freestyle competition, last run of the event. Once again, getting the truck completely unsettled there, and then able to pull off some pretty sweet donuts there at the end. Looks like your scores are locked in. Take a look at the video screen for the scores for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Finishing the competition with an 8.032. That means that your freestyle winner is Cody Saucier in Dragon, and your overall event champion is John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. second place in the racing competition, first place in the two-wheel skills, and then rounds it out with a score high enough in the freestyle competition to seal the win.
John Zimmer Jr. on top once again, overall event champion. Definitely a very tricky situation with this track all weekend long, but it seems like it always worked out in your favor. What's going through your mind with this next win? It does inch you closer to World Finals.
Yeah, it definitely gets me closer for sure, but my mindset going into this afternoon is just to have fun like always and leave the fans with something to remember. I come out on this track every single time, especially in freestyle, to drive my truck as hard as I can and jump it as high as I can get it inside these arenas for you fans, because I loved some carnage when I was growing up, and I love to give it to you guys. So this win's for the fans again, man. Thank you guys so much. We had a blast this weekend in Columbia. We'd love to see you again next year, but this weekend was super memorable for me and my team. So thank you guys for coming out. We'll see you next time.